Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Humikane Man at YouTube with another Mecha Musume build. Looking at the S model, very simple, very affordable models to build. Hotchkiss 72nd scale. A review has already been done and posted. Amazing kit, though this kit comes with two models, and this is what I'm choosing to do with the second kit. So here we have the figure Shana. She is quite slender, not much to it, big wavy dress, though is removable with a naked body. Plus the pieces to the Hotchkiss, not a lot to it. Plus the added bit of tubed styrene, little blocks, and a razor saw. We're ready to start hacking and getting to some interesting action, as we usually do here in scratch building and modifying styrene onto soft vinyl. Much like this figure, the Hotchkiss is also a very petite tank, and not a lot of armour will be added to her body, but we'll keep a flange flare with the dress elements and chopping back on the hair, which was very tricky. The stabilizer on the back, the cannon on the shoulder, and a little bit of shin guards will do the trick for us. A bit of advice for attempting these projects: the trick is how you're able to cut down the pieces from the model tanks and fit them in the body in an appropriate manner by shaving, filing, and using a bit of filler putty. The most easiest form to attach the pieces to the soft vinyl is super glue, but keep it neat because you do not want to repaint flesh. Working on another kit and sideline, the Comet by Revell, a re-release by Matchfix or Matchbox. They do little dioramas, so I'm chopping it up and using it to stabilize the figure, as it's too petite to stand on its own. A lovely terrain piece, very rare of course. A bit of a test fit, some finishing touches, milliput used on the diorama to make it look like it hasn't been cut in half and whole. The legs are looking great. The body pieces are all super glued into place, but removable for painting. The hair has been pinned and super glue, and using green stuff, breasts sculpted onto the dress, not to make it look too young, because, well, everybody likes breasts. Surface primer, Vallejo, got the big tank brown for the armor bits and the white for the dress bits. Going to make painting the actual white dress a lot easier. Painting underway with a very fine paintbrush. The bits attached to the actual figure very carefully, not to overlap or touch any of the soft vinyl. The dress painted about 3 coats of white primer and another 2 coats of acrylic white. Armor bits very easy, same with the diorama. To get them painted, I painted it one half, let it dry, held the painted bit and painted the other side, and multiple coats either way. This did take a few days in between other projects. I do not know if I've mentioned this in previous videos, though the Vallejo paint and primer attaches itself beautifully to soft vinyl plastic. All in all, a quick look at the finished look of the figure, bit of dry brushing, bit of weathering. Very happy with the finish, though before we conclude the video here, I worked on another small project. During a very big club meeting within the depths of Rantaya's Maid's Bit Box, we pulled out a gashapon and a bit of a challenge of just using whatever was at my disposal on site and a lot of super glue to ram something together. And the unusual bit of this build is a majority of it is, if not all, soft vinyl and barely any styrene. No idea who the character is, very generic uniform, but in the bits box I found a piece that was off a playset military trailer. Cutting it down, it kind of looks like pre-molded mechanical detail. Some other bits and pieces, chopped change, remove, legs cut off instead of glued to the side, and existing 70-second bits from my mini Mecha Musume bits box. It came together very, very quickly with other odds and ends glued onto her body. I pretty much had a finished figure by the end of the day and painted it home at a later date. The trailer detail was a bit hollow and very small tracks glued over that, very little putty used. Legs glued straight onto on top of that, cannon added to crutch area, small ammunition boxes and pieces on the hips, and armor on the chest and shoulders, going for a bit of a German theme. This little day-and-a-half project just whipped itself together and was not even a quarter of the challenge as Hotchkiss Girl, only ramming into the one kit. It was convenient to have a lot of 70-second, 76 detail laying around. Couldn't have been more happy. Vallejo hand paint primer, and hand painted the thing very, very quickly in German uniform and camouflage with ample decals left over for a very interesting and quick finish. Extremely happy in how this has turned out. After painting, the usual process, as always, of course, inking with the Citadel washes to bring out all of the mechanical detail. No inking done on the actual clothing, instead painted as neatly as humanly possible. Water slide decals, absolute works. I enjoy these Mecha Musume projects a lot, as a lot of you know, and it's very interesting in testing out scratch building, thinking, modification skills in these very quick little projects, and of course not costing too much, all being in spare parts and a few dollar figures laying around. Of course, the actual impact of the finished product and the art. Again, I don't think they're too popular out there, probably a bit too unique, niche, whatever, though it's something that I'll always strive to improve in. On the other hand, being a very small niche thing, I'd like to hear a shout out from anybody out there that either does enjoy them, has an interest in trying to build a few themselves, or know of people out there that are doing it. I don't know if people have it quite caught on, because there's a couple of us out there, because it seems tricky, difficult, hard, as in it's a scratch building activity, or people just generally don't like the subject matter or enjoy looking at it but not quite wanting to build. Nonetheless, I will keep motoring on with these projects from time to time, because they're only really pastimes half the time, excluding that really big one I did back at the start of the year. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this work in progress build video. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, until next time, stay tuned for more Gundam armor modeling, and of course the odd Mecha Musume.